Alright, so if you're watching this video, this means we're finally caught up to where I am actually now in January of 2019. So, first off, I'm sorry, I just took a mad nap, so I'm kind of out of it, but the nap helped put my ideas together. So, I'm really excited about this one. It'll be a short one though, because I think there's still a lot I have to think about with regards to this idea, but it's with regards to the idea of mastery. So I've been thinking a lot about, what is the difference between people who are just good at what they do and who are champions, like world champions. And, I think with respect to world champions and people who are the best in their field, because I think that's who I want to be, and that's who we all want to be, really, right? But again, these videos are about what I feel and what I think, so I'm always going to speak from my perspective. And so one thing I've noticed, so I'll tell you where this came from. I was watching Ultimate Fighting Champ, The Ultimate Fighter, right? I've never watched it before, but if you know me really well, you know I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan, right? I love it. I love the trash talking. I love all of it. I ain't even gonna get into the fact that he lost the 2 fight. It doesn't matter because he really won. That's not the point. The point is that as I've been thinking a lot about mastery and I was watching the show, I noticed something really interesting that clicked in my head. And that was that, during the training camps he runs for his students in the show, one of the things that I noticed he did was he stopped. And that seems like a really stupid thing to say, but what I mean is that, I think I have this mentality, or I did when I was younger, and I'm starting to slowly come out of it, that, if you want to be a champion, you gotta work all day, all time, like grind. And yes, but no. Yes, with regards to the fact that you have to work very hard to reach any level of success, but the difference, it seems to me, between masters of their field and amateurs is that the masters know when to stop. They trade intensity for longevity. So here's a great example. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and GSP's trainer, who's a fighter, a great fighter, does it hear, I forget his name, Wasabi or something? So it's not Wasabi, but Zahir something came on the show, and he was talking about it, and they began to talk about Pavlov's training technique, and I might have mispronounced that, but basically there was a Russian lifter, Russian exercise scientist, as far as I understand, and they were talking about the difference between Russian and American wrestlers and athletes, really, their training modalities. And if you know anything about fighting and wrestling, it's that, the Russians are just superior in some ways, in a lot of ways. And one of the fundamental training ideas that they have, and this is also reflected in Bulgarian training, which, Bulgaria at one point had all the world's best weightlifters, Olympic weightlifters, is they talk about the idea of performing at 50 to 60% of your maximum. And the trainers here on the podcast were talking about you should never be sore after a workout, ever. And the reason he said that was, look, if you go work out 3 times a week, okay, let's put it like this actually. So I want you to do push-ups, pull-ups, and you can do 10 pull-ups max. That's all you can do. And so I get you to do 10 pull-ups. You're going to be sore for days. You're not going to train until 3-4 days later. But if you can do 10 pull-ups and I make you stop at 5, you can do the 5 the next day, 5 the next day. So by the end of the week, I've accrued, let's say you work out 3 times a week, but you missed one workout because you were so sore. I've accrued, 15 pull-ups and you've accrued 10. Because even that second workout, you probably couldn't do as many. And that idea has been kind of translating and ruminating in my mind to a larger scale idea, which is, what does it mean to be a master of a field? And one part of it seems undoubtedly to me to be the mastery of knowing when to go and when to stop. And I'm really trying to pay attention in my life to when my energy is telling me to go hard, when it's telling me to stop. And that's the thing, it's listening, right? Because very often it seems to me the best way to present yourself or the best way to pursue a goal is in paying attention to the finite resources you have available, whether that's mental energy, physical energy. So if you want to, be a world-class anything, when you work, yeah, you work hard, but you work smart. And that's what I'm realizing, right? So with these videos, I only make these videos when my heart, when my gut tells me to make these videos. And the reason for that is because I'm confident, especially now, as I've listened to it more and more, it's like a muscle. The more I listen to my gut, the stronger my gut feelings get. When I make these videos and I feel like, and it's not even that I feel like making the videos, I know I can feel, and I believe everyone can, to varying degrees. And I think people who can feel this less is because they've spent so much time not listening to their gut, that response is shrunk. But if you listen to your gut, it compounds and it gets stronger. And now, I try and develop these videos when I feel that I can convey my ideas best. So I trust my gut. And that's the thing. I think the mindset of mastery inherently involves an understanding of the flow, of your own flow process. Know when to go hard, know when to work, but knowing when to stop. Trading intensity for longevity. And I think that works in every field, whether that's the gym, whether that's studying, whether that's pursuing your goals. Know which intensity level to act at so that you can maximize your time. Because ultimately, I talked about in the time is the most valuable resource video. If you can, the goal is not to capitalize your success today. It's to capitalize your success over time, because that's not the same thing. Because if you try to capitalize your success today, over time, it'll decrease your ability. You'll tire yourself out. But if you start with the notion of, I need to know when to stop so I can do, it's not that I want to be successful. I don't want to achieve everything I can achieve in a week and one day, because then tomorrow I'm going to achieve nothing. But if I achieve what I can achieve in 1 week, maximally, which is still going to be a lot, every day is contributive, I do want to keep this video short because the other ones have been very long. So I think I'll cut it there for now. But let me know what you think. I think this is it seems to be a marker of highly successful, masterful individuals, whether it be artists, whether it be fighters, whether it be scientists. It's the ability and the confidence to know when to stop. So I guess I should stop. Okay.